Hi, hello. Thanks for coming here tonight. I'd like to share with you tonight one thing that will make your life happier and more fulfilled. And so with that, I'm going to share some personal stories and some of the lessons that I've learned. So this is my nephew Christian. And this was taken a few years ago as part of the Movember campaign that we got involved in. And Christian's a very funny guy. He's great, lots of fun. He's a great kicker of a football. He loves being on a scooter. And he's obsessed by Spider-Man. And we share some great moments together outdoors. Actually, we share our best moments together outdoors. And, you know, it's the moments that he always talks about and always asks about when we're not actually sharing them. And it's the one we look forward to the most. It's when we connect best. However, with Christian's generation, a third of the children nowadays have never climbed a tree before. Half of them are spending more time in front of a screen than in the outdoors. And sadly, 1 in 10 has never even been to a forest or wooded area. So this is Christian now. This is taken a few weeks ago. And this is when we decided to start last year picking blackberries. And it's been a wonderful transformation within our relationship. It's been brilliant to see the connection that he's made with food and nature. It began with, we can eat these blackberries, Gary, right? To now it's, when are we going picking blackberries again? And we've made jam. He loves it on his toast, and he's even given some to his grandmother. And, you know, these connections, as I said, that we make are most special. And there's lots of science to back that up. Not science research on Christian or me per se, but in general of the well-being effects that you have of going outside. So, for example, there's a Scandinavian forest school model, where children are taken out of their classroom once a week for a couple of hours. And it doesn't matter what the weather is like. They go outside and they see the seasons change and they build a rapport with nature. And it's also a very highly effective setting for learning as well. So the core message is to go outside and connect with nature. Your life will benefit in many ways. But where do I fit into all of this? Like in my 20s, I was in a rock and roll band. I partied most weekends, and it wasn't all bad. You know, I made some great friends that I still have. But I had lots of highs and lows in my life, you know, waited Sundays hungover and stuff like that. And at times I felt disconnected. I knew there was something missing in my life. And the change came then for me when I began to cycle in the Dublin Mountains again, as I used to as a boy. And I started to connect again with nature. And that led to other things like, you know, enjoying running and hiking and camping and stuff like that. But it surprisingly led me to becoming an environmentalist as well. Now, all of this definitely made my life happier and healthier, but by being an environmentalist, it gave me a more fulfilling life as well. So, as a hiker, as a Dublin volunteer mountain ranger, me and my fellow rangers, we bring groups of people out on hikes to sections of the Dublin Mountain Way every week. And it's amazing to see the connections that we have with each other. Like, I would meet these group of strange people, and by the end of the hike, we will have connected in many ways that we would never do in an urban environment. We share a lot more with each other, and it's undoubtedly due to the beautiful scenic vistas that we have, to the fresh air and the lack of distractions that are there. And it doesn't matter what the weather's like, by the way, either. Look at that picture there. It was absolutely lashing that day, but we didn't care. We were like Indiana Jones. We were out there having our adventure. And we really bonded and connected, and we shared our chocolate, and we shared our flask of tea, and we all went home with happy smiles on our faces. So go outside and connect with nature. Your life will benefit in many ways. I've seen, as a forest school leader, the joy that children have. So I'd be with groups of children from 6 to 12 years of age, and it's amazing to see how well they all flourish. And it doesn't matter if they're introverted or extroverted, if they're sporty or academic, or whatever type of child it is. They really grow so much outdoors in this environment. They don't even realize that they're learning. They're having so much fun. I love it too. I have so much fun with them. So go outside and connect with nature. Your life will benefit in many ways. Now, about a year ago, I started to help plan a trip to Paris for the Paris Agreement that was about to happen. And this is where the Conference of Parties, this is with the United Nations, where all the world leaders were gathering together. And they were coming to try and make an agreement on climate change and how to try and figure it out. So myself and my group of environmentalists, we wanted to go there and make our voices heard as well. So off we went Now, before we went, by the way, the recent Paris terrorist attacks had happened, so there was a ban on all public gatherings. So we were warned not to go, and the numbers dropped dramatically around the world. Nevertheless, 35 of us got on our coach and we went down to Wexford, and we got the ferry across to Cherbourg, and we were met by a group of customs, well armed with guard dogs, waiting specifically for us, and told us if we didn't go immediately back, that we were all going to be arrested. And we were a bit shocked and surprised and angry, and my seasick friend beside me said, there's no way I'm getting back on that ferry again straight away. But we were determined, so we said, right, and we got together and we rang everyone that we knew, we could think of, like NGOs, diplomats, politicians. We rang everybody. We even got onto the Joe Duffy live line back home, live in Ireland. And after about 4 hours of a standoff, we got through. And it was a beautiful little moment of people power. And about 3 days later, on the actual day of the rally itself, it was also the culmination of those negotiations. We wanted to make sure our voices were heard. We were there as members of the global society, and we wanted these world leaders to know that we were demanding action on the most urgent issue of our generation. Climate change is happening now. So we were there, and we were all gathered on the Champs-Élysées, and we didn't know what was going to happen. The Paris attacks, so there was riot police in every corner. We were only allowed to legally gather at the last minute, and we were all kind of standing around going, what's going to happen now? And then there's this glorious celebration of life and colour and creativity and fun and humanity. And we were all there making our voices heard, and it was just amazing to be there as part of it. And a historic agreement was made that day. It's nowhere near enough, but it was made. But nevertheless, I was there going, I couldn't help think, how did this happen? Why am I here risking arrest and facing squads of French riot police? And I came to the realization that we all have to fight for this planet. Through my journey of connecting with nature and through my journey of education, I've learned what the issues are, and I've learned the importance and the beauty of our nature. So I think we all need to do that as a global society. We need to take a step back and connect with nature, and to understand it more, and to definitely appreciate its beauty more, but also to understand its importance. And once we do that, then we can get re-energized, as I always do when I go out there. I'm reminded why I'm in this fight, and I go back out there again. Look, what's 10 minutes down the road from here by bicycle? This is a place I go to all through the earth. I never get tired of going down there, and it gives me the energy to keep going in this fight, and it reminds me the importance of it. So I urge you, when you're ready, to get involved as well, because we are all environmentalists, I believe. If you like to walk your dog in the park, or if you like to go to the beach to sunbathe, then you're an environmentalist. If you don't want to see more sea level rising, or coastal erosion, or flooding, then you're an environmentalist. We're all environmentalists. If you don't want to see droughts or mass extinction of species, all of these things are happening right now, and they're happening due to climate change, and we have the power to fix this. We understand the science, we have the technology, all we need is the political will, and that political will comes from people like us who can stand up for this fight. So when you're ready, I would ask you to join one of the many wonderful organisations out there, like Friends of the Earth, Young Friends of the Earth, Antarctica, Climate Reality Leadership. Take your pick, there's lots of them. And we're not all, these crusty tree huggers. Although there are some of those too, and they're cool. I'm definitely a tree hugger myself, and I defy anyone not to go out there and hug a tree and not enjoy it. It's actually a beautiful thing to do. So please, go outside and connect to nature, and your life will benefit in many ways. And by joining these organisations, you're also empowering yourself. You're enabling yourself to get involved in this fight that we need to protect this glorious nature that we have. And that will allow generations after us to go outside and connect with nature and enjoy it and benefits in many ways, as we can do today. Thank you very much.